What's going on, everybody? It's your boy High Rod coming back with another Wuthering Waves video. Today I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the tier list. I'm going to be making a little tier list of my own, little version 1.0/1.1 tier list. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so basically we're going to go down each and every character, 4 stars, 5 stars included. And we're just gonna go down, see what their skills are, see how their skills sound. We're gonna check out their ultimates, and then I'm gonna be placing them in a tier. Now, I've used mostly every character in the game. Some characters more religiously than others, but okay, sorry, turn the music down. Some characters I've used more than others, but mostly I've used all of them. I think the only ones I haven't really touched are gonna be really just Encore. I think I don't have Encore, and obviously the new units. And I'm gonna be real with you, I haven't touched Spectre or Havoc Rover, so I'm gonna be quite real with you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. We're gonna start with Alto, first unit. Alto's gonna be a 4-star rarity character with Arrow Element. Basic attack's gonna fire up to 5 consecutive shots. Arrow damage missed forward, dealing lasts for 1.5 seconds. Heavy attack deals arrow damage, nothing too crazy. Yeah, so pretty much a straight arrow damage dealer. Nothing really going on with Alto. Obviously, as you can see here, the more resonance chains you get on him, the better he is. So in the end, obviously, we're all going to be aiming for S6, so we're going to be hitting that, increasing our crit rate. And when heavy attack passes through, damage dealt is increased by 50%. But up until then, I'm sure most people aren't rocking S6 Alto. Maybe you are if you went hard on the banner. But when it comes down to Alto, just dealing straight arrow damage doesn't really put you anywhere high in my book. Therefore, I'm going to be dropping you down in the C tier. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with that. If not, if you see anything. Give me 1 second, the tunes shut off. Yeah, if you see anything that's out of the ordinary that you think should be changed, let me know down in the comments below and we can talk about it. So anyways, next character on the list is gonna be Baiji. Now I love this character with a passion. I think she is amazing. She's hot. She's just great unit overall in general. It's gonna be one of my favorite 4 stars for sure. Basically gonna be a healer under the Glacial Element. Basically she does 4 consecutive attacks dealing glacial damage. Has her own little like dragon, Uton, whatever proper thing it's called. But yeah, she's just straight damage. Her attacks are just damage, nothing too crazy. But basically, she also does summon Uton to restore HP for the entire team. That is gonna be her Resonance Liberation, basically her ult. And then she gets 4 stacks of Remnant Entities. Remedy entities follow the active team members consecutive 1 stack. Remedy entity targets every 2.5 seconds. So basically, just a very good healer. And now, excuse me. Now, what sets her apart from like Verena, bro? If you can get her S5. Bro, S5 is crazy, bro. Get her S5. I'm gonna be placing her in a tier list just based off that S5 capability. If you don't have S5, you're bound to get it soon, man. But S5 just being able to revive a unit at 100% of their max HP, basically being triggered every 10 minutes, is pretty crazy. You probably won't want to get it to do it once per match unless you're like a dodge queen and you're lasting 10 minutes in a match. I wouldn't see how you can, but if you are, you can get 2 revives per match. Overall, Baizi is just an amazing unit, just in general, just to look at. So in terms of that, I'm going to be dropping her. For me personally, I'm going to be dropping Baizi in the A tier as an A tier healer. Yeah, if you're not rocking Verena, then I'm sure you're going to be rocking Baizi. So yeah, cool. On to the next one. Oh, I haven't even been showing y'all the alts. So we're going to go into Alto's alt. Baizi's alt right there, as you can see. She just summons that thing, and then once you start attacking, you're going to be healing up damage. Cal Charles looks like going to be our next unit, so let's go ahead and go back. Cal Charo. Alright. Cal Charo, I use this unit religiously. Electro damage, hard hitter DPS. Basically, nothing too crazy when it comes down to like skill wise. All he's doing is just dealing out straight damage. Has abilities to do sick combos if you're like matching up his attacks right and everything. The more sequences you get, obviously the better he's gonna be. I'm fortunate enough to have him at S1, so I'm gonna be recovering 10 resonance energy. Nothing's really too crazy until S2, S4 as well. Honestly, anything that just increases damage is gonna be pretty crazy for him. So if you can get some good copies at him, then he'll be chilling. Now, as far as like how I think he is as a unit, I think he's an amazing unit. I think he's gonna have very long-term play down the line, especially with Yin Lin, kind of like a synergy duo. But here's what his ult is right here. So yeah, basically has the ability to do some major combos if you're doing them right. And just for putting up like big DPS numbers, Cal Charo for me is gonna go in the A tier as a nice hard-hitting damage unit, 5-star. Now you could make a S and half tier, A half tier, and you could put Cal Charo right in the middle of that. But we can rank them as in like A tier from the best A tier to like, you know, kind of trickling down in order. Obviously you're gonna have like categories, like as a healer, a 4-star healer, you know, that's why she's in A tier. But as like a 4-star or as a 5-star DPS, I just feel like there's other DPSs right now that can be in that S tier, that can actually be a standalone DPS. So alright, without further ado, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump onto the next unit. Okay, we're gonna come back to like Shangli and Jinxie at the end of the video, but for now let's go ahead and skip over to Chixia. Chixia is gonna be a 4-star fusion elemental gun user. I haven't really used too much of Chixia, but you know, nothing too crazy on her. Basically just dealing a lot of fusion damage. A lot of people on their sequences, if you can get them to like S5, S6 on the 4-stars, they're gonna increase your team's damage by at least 20 to 25%. As you can see for this S6 here, resonance skill boom boom increases the basic attack damage bonus of all 25%. Meaning whenever you're using the boom boom, you know, that's basically. So passive skills, Taka. Okay, yeah, so basically 4-star gun user, nothing too crazy here to see. Let's check her ult out though. Very nice to get some bullets across, spread them across the field. For me personally, I think there's just better units to be using right now. If push comes to shove, you can use her, but for me, I'm gonna put Shishia down in the C tier. Alright, with that being said, we're on to the next unit, which is Dan Jin. Dan Jin, another one of a great 4-star units that I personally love. Havoc is just a great element to build. So having Dan Jin being able to put up massive DPS numbers alongside some of those 5-stars is pretty good. Obviously, if you have her built out right. Basically, just straight Havoc damage, nothing too crazy. When casting Incendiary, each attack will consume 3% of HP. When her HP is at 1%, it does not consume HP no more. Also, like a little healer as well, because considered as heavy attack damage, restores HP to Dan Jin. And then just check out her resonances. Heavy attacks increases the attack of all team members by 20%. S3, you get resonance liberation damage bonus of 30%. And just at S1, her attack is increased by 5% for 6 seconds, stacking up to 6 times, which is a grand total of 30%. And then which gets deducted as she gets hit. So pretty good. The buffs that she has, they definitely puts her at the top of the list with those big tier damaged units. For me, 4-star Dan Jin, definitely gonna put her at A tier, but obviously behind Calcharo. Calcharo is the best A tier you can get. It's just that right now I think that there's who knows, we might move Calcharo. Let's check the list at the end of the video, and we'll see, like, maybe we'll just put Calcharo at the very end of the S tier, because Calcharo is good. My thing is on the A tier is like, he just by himself, I don't really see anything. He's always gonna need someone to counter him. Like when we get into Jian, bro, like Jian is just a standalone badass. So I mean, we'll get there when we get there, but for now, let's just keep it moving. Let's check out Dan Jin's ultimate. And she's just so visually appealing. Like a character that's red always is gonna be like top tier in my book. So A-list for Dan Jin. She's a great unit, great Havoc damage dealer. Feel free to knock her in the team. Encore. Now, don't know too much about Encore. I haven't really pulled this unit yet, so therefore I haven't been able to use her. But I do know she's one of the other damage dealers that can put out some big numbers if built properly. Basically going to be your fusion damage dealer here. As Encore loses control, Cosmos breaks free and wreaks havoc on its surroundings. Sounds like it's kind of like a grouping thing. We can kind of look into it in a minute. I do hear good things about Encore, therefore it will help the ranking on her. And I do think that being a fusion damage dealer, basically kind of one of your own kind, because there's not really like a fusion damage dealer outputter right now. So the fact that she does that, the fact that she does that, it really kind of puts her in a tier of her own. And then if you even get one copy of her, her fusion damage is going to be increased by 3%, stacking up to 4 times. So pretty good. Let's check her ultimate. Nice. Yeah, so basically, just like Calcharo can have some sick combos if you're pairing up her attacks well. But just for being like a unit of her own kind, the only fusion damage dealer we have in the game, that for that reason alone gets to be put in the S tier. We actually are going to move Calcharo up to the S tier just because he's a great unit, but obviously with limitations, right? So just keep that in mind when you are using Calcharo. Sure, he's going to be an S tier unit, but he does have limitations into like what he can do and who he's paired with to maximize his abilities. With that being said, on to the next character. I do want to pull Encore though. I really want to try Encore out. Jian Shin. I love this character from the beginning. This was my very first character I got in the game, and the first character that I lost to 50-50 on. So I have a special connection to this character. She's an arrow damage dealing unit. Not damage, not like a major DPS, but more of like a sub DPS support unit. I love the fact that she just groups up enemies. I love using her and Yinlin together, basically combining up the enemies and then using Yinlin's ultimates to just lightning strike them all down. Zeus strike me down. But yeah, man, she's a great unit. She was slept on in the very beginning, but I think most people did realize like the abilities she can do. So if you get her S6, bro, she's popping out another extra attack that's equal to 556% damage. She's popping off, bro. So with that being said, let's check out her ultimate. And then her ult is going to be creating a strong wind field, continuously pulling targets within the field to the center using causing arrow damage. When it causes arrow damage, basically just grouping up all the enemies so you can massively damage them. So this isn't going to show like a good representation, but basically once you do that, all the enemies will kind of start bundling up. And then her heavy attack also like just is like a continuous attack of arrow damage. It's pretty cool. I love that character. For that being said, me loving that character, I think it's going to put her at as an A tier. Definitely A tier, close to S tier, but definitely at the top of that A tier mark. Yeah, I love her, man. Love Jian Shin. If you don't have Jian Shin, or if you do have Jian Shin, let me know down in the comments below what you think of her. So, cool. Like I said, we're gonna come back to Jinxie. We're gonna talk about them for a little bit at the end of the video. Jian, my boy, man. Jian, this guy pops off, bro. Basically, just a straight arrow damage dealing god, man. He is probably one of the top damage dealers in the game right now, when it comes to like just dealing ultimate damage. If you had given him his weapon, he's more crazy, but he does work with the free-to-play weapons as well. Also, he has a grouping. He does group up enemies with his ultimate, so basically you pop his ultimate off, you start using it, and it kind of, either if it doesn't group them, it hits multiple enemies regardless, and they're in his range. So very strong unit. Obviously the more sequences you get, the more crazier he'll be. But let's go ahead and check out his ultimate. His outro skill, when the next character activates, consume. Alright, cool. Let's check his ultimate out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so that has the ability to just to like group up people, smack people from distances, bring them to your way. It's pretty crazy. Good combos there too. Yeah, Jian's just an absolute menace. Now obviously you already know where Jian's going, because this guy is a straight nasty menace. I'm going at the top of the top in the S tier for now. If you did pull on Gion, I'm sure you know how strong he is. If you didn't, there's going to be other units that are just as strong, so just wait on it. You're going to be fine. On to the next one, Ling Yang. It's going to be a Glacial Elemental unit. Not sure if they're going to be doing like damage, but if built right, they can put some work in. I'm not gonna say they're amazing, but they are okay. If you just want someone fun to use, then rock them in the B tier. But as of like a playing the game standpoint and just like what he brings to the table, here's his ultimate, which is basically just bouncing on dicks, because that's really all he's doing is just bouncing. Kind of boring, but if you like that, then by all means, hey man, make him your main character. As me personally, I just don't see a purpose for him right now. I'm gonna put him down in the D tier. First 5-star, that's in the D tier. Sorry. Mortefi, love this unit. Great sub DPS, great support unit, man. I have good things to say about Mortefi. Putting him with the right team, man. He applies burn, or burning Rhapsody, whatever that means. Can launch firing one on the field. Okay. And then basically the next character that activates an ultra skill against 38% heavy attack damage demon for 14 seconds. And then the more Mortefis you get, obviously, when Resonance, Liberation, Violent Finale is casted, attack of all team members is increased by 20% for 20 seconds. Bro. Being able to increase attack is crazy. Supporting units is just awesome as well. Let's see. Yeah, if I'm missing anything, you can definitely pause the video, read it. I'm just trying to get like the gist of it. He is a pistol using unit, so I usually run like Mercado or something on him, give him some energy regen. But that's to each his own preferences, everything to some people. Here's a video of his ultimate. Nasty, bro, nasty. Okay, just checking. Alright. With that being said, Mortefi being a great support, great fit in other teams, I'm going to be dropping him in the A tier above Don Jin. And, actually, so in terms of like DPS, Don Jin is A tier, top of the top. In terms of like sub DPS and supports, we're gonna rock John Shin down to Baiji. They all do their own different things, but if they're in a list of their own, healer, sub DPS, support, they would be top of their own. But for now, the list is gonna be like that. So, all right. Then we're gonna go over the Rover now. Basically, you have the Rover Havoc, Rover Spectro. Pretty self-explanatory. Everybody's using the Rover right now. Here's the videos of their ults. I believe these are Spectro videos. Yes, those are Spectros. But you've all used the Rover enough to know that the Havoc is going to be the best Rover you can use. So therefore, if we are talking about Havoc Rover, we're going to drop Havoc Rover in the A tier. And just because it's a guy, we're going to drop him in the B tier. I'm just kidding. That's going to be confusing. So we got Havoc Rovers here. If you want like the other Rover, basically the other Rovers. Alright, look, here's, we'll do this. The girl is Havoc, and the guy is Spectro. So Spectro, B tier, Havoc, A tier. And in terms of damage, we're gonna put Havoc right at the very top over Donjin. Cool. Sanhua, another glacial unit, is gonna be dealing glacial damage. So if you get some resonances on Sanhua, she'll have some more crit rate, which is really good. The next character, yeah, so when it comes down to like an ice DPS, if you're rocking like an ice team, definitely build Sanhua, because she's probably like the best ice damage dealer you can get when it comes to like a 4-star right now in the game. So here's a video of her ult. Ice crystals everywhere. So hard hitting ice unit, Sanhua, definitely gonna go in the A tier, but right behind Donjin though. I feel like Donjin can hit a little bit harder than Sanhua. Alright, Tao Chi, not even going to go over this unit as much. All you got to know is that she got big ass tits, 4-star, Havoc unit, sword user. Therefore, you're already below Donjin, you're already below Rover. Gonna put you down in the C tier. Actually, we'll put you in the B tier for big ass boobies. We'll do that. Alright. Verena. Everybody knows what Verena does. I'm not even going to go over this unit because we're about to hit 30 minutes on this video. But Verena, S tier healer. You already know. I don't have to go over what she does. Jump attacks, ultimate, heals, all that good stuff. Very, very amazing. Yang, arrow, sword damage dealer. Nothing too crazy, but she does group up enemies, which is pretty good. Being able to group up enemies is always going to be really, really cool. And then obviously the more resonance you get, she does get that damage increased by 85% with a mid-air attack of 95% increase. So if you build her out, man, she's definitely a strong ass 4-star for the arrow damage element. If you don't got G on, this is probably who you're using. So just for that reason alone, Yang, you definitely get beats here. Behind this Spectre Rover, because Spectre Rover is probably doing a little bit more damage than you, but you are definitely up there. Here's her ultimate, or this is Tao Chi's ultimate. Nothing too crazy, just shaking her boobies. This is Verena's ultimate. Nothing too crazy as well. You do get heals off on that, which is pretty cool. Yang, arrow damage, pretty cool. I think we're missing some ults here. Oh no, that's it. Yin Lin. So Yin Lin is basically gonna buff electro damage units. She has a puppet that attacks for her. Her resonance skill chains are crazy. She's hot. So yeah, just for being an amazing unit, being an amazing waifu, you're gonna be, she is at the top of the top, S tier unit for sure. Another reason is just because she's future proof, like literally just being able to buff a genre or a category of units, it's gonna make you so much better in the future. So, and last but not least, we're gonna have Yan Wu. This character does give shields on the electro damage element if you're rocking an electro damage team. Wouldn't be a bad idea to rock him. If you can get to S4, that's when he really shines, because he's in a on-field character. We're getting a shield. You go to 200% of his defense. Pretty cool. That's probably the highlight of him. So I'll be rating him at S4 if you can get him to S4. Here's Yinlin's ultimate, by the way. I don't think we have Yan Wu's ultimate. Oh yeah, there he is. Dope. So you can definitely get some great combos with that. And then for the fact of, if you can get him to S4, he's a B tier. At the moment, you can probably drop him in C tier, but if you can really get him to that Resonance 4, you're chilling. Alright, now we have 2 more characters to go through, which are Jinxie and Chang Li. Now, just from what I see, just from what I could see online, I think Jinxie is going to be a crazy unit. And from what I could see, I think she's going to be S tier. I think she'll be like right behind like Jian, above Calcharo type. And then Shang Li being a fusion sword, I feel like she's gonna be really good just to kind of replace Encore, because I feel like Encore is the only big fusion damage dealer we have as a 5-star right now. So with her coming in, I feel like she's gonna definitely change the game up. I don't know which unit she is here, but if this is her, then I think she'll be like a top 8 tier unit. Or she might even like replace Encore. She might drop Encore down to A tier, and then she might become the new unit. So in terms of tier list, man, I think I did pretty good. This is pretty much what I'm rocking with. Now obviously you got like, there's like in between tiers where you can rank other people, kind of break it down a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I have. Hopefully everyone's enjoying Withering Waves as much as I am still. Still having fun with the game, still progressing at my own pace. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you have any questions, complaints, comments, concerns, leave a comment down below. As always, this has been your boy High Rye, and I'm gonna see all of you lovely faces next time. Peace.